hands together. Hey, hey, yes, I am. Trouble don't last always. I'm so glad. Yes, I am. Trouble don't last always. Can I get a witness? I'm so glad. Trouble don't last always. Listen, may not come when you want it, but he's on time. In times of trouble, found him to be a friend of mine. In time, storm cloud rock, he'll be there. All your brothers, I know the Lord help you the best. I'm so glad. Come on, put your hands together and everything. Trouble don't last. Why don't you hit the point? Say, I'm so glad. No. Trouble don't last always. Listen. May not come when you want him, but he's on time. Times of trouble, found him to be a friend of mine. When storm clouds rise in your life, I know he'll be there. Yes, he will. Everybody know burdens. I know the Lord will you the best. Come on, put your hands together. Trouble don't last always. Aren't you glad to know I'm so glad? Trouble don't last always. We've been ready, we've been ready to keep the faith. We've been ready into a hard night, keep the faith.
Hey, both of my godmamas on. Hey, mama boy. Spirit of Brittany today.
No. Can I get a witness in the building? No. Come on. Shut up. No. And you can just keep the faith. Shut up. Why don't you put your hands together?
Hey, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Today is Saturday, March 15th. I hope and pray y'all are all right. I'm going to just be honest with you all. I worked another Saturday today, and I got to work again next Saturday. I'm tired. I'm tired, y'all. And I'm honestly thinking about doing real talk maybe on the first Saturday of the month or twice a month. Every Saturday is a little tough for me. Working on Saturdays and then rushing home. I tried to take a nap a few minutes ago for about 10-15 minutes, but today was my sweet friend Keishara's funeral. I was working in Vallejo today, and she had a great homegoing celebration filled up downstairs of Tabernacle of David. We thank Pastor Robert McCrae for allowing the Anderson family to come there. It was so good to see so many of my friends that I grew up with in the 90s there today. And I still have, it's my supervisor's 60th birthday party. So when I leave here, I got to go to San Pablo, come back and try to send the rest of my notes to my media team because they're waiting on my media stuff so that the people who are online can have the points to the sermon. I know I'm preaching from Psalm 100, right? Mm-hmm. I know I'm preaching from Psalm 100. I was able to get through one point. And then tomorrow I'm on for expressions at Bishop Greg Payton's 20th year anniversary at Greater St. John Missionary Baptist Church. So as y'all can see, my weekend is full. So y'all pray for me that I do the right thing. I enjoy real talk, but real talk can also tire me out because I could be in the bed watching the Warriors win on New York. But hello, good people. I have my friend and brother on with me tonight. We were on last week together. The show was so great that I asked him to grace me with his presence once again. And that is, and I always pronounce his name correct, unlike some people, Bishop Terrence L Millican. Yeah, it's Millican. Okay, go ahead, Bishop. Say what's up to the people.
Good evening to each and every one of you. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad to be in the presence of greatness with the one and only Pastor Marty Peters. And I do mean that, amen, to be in the presence of greatness. I'm humbled. 2 weeks in a row to be on Real Talk, that's humbling. That's real humbling.
Listen, Bishop, we on tonight, and you all, we're not going to go the whole hour. I do got to get to San Pablo. I do got to get to San Pablo. You all, I am on tonight, and I'm sure at some point this week and next week, we're going to have to go to Los Angeles for my cousin's funeral. All right. So we're on tonight because we need to teach people how to rank choice vote. We need to teach people how to rank choice vote. Now, Bishop, you got the text message I sent you the other day, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I got it.
Was it helpful?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Okay. All right. So you all, tonight's show is, hey, there's my president of the NAACP for Oakland chapter, Cynthia Adams. That's our president. I am a member of the NAACP of Oakland. I am a member, just like Bishop Millican is a member too. And there's our president. You know, I want to thank you, Cynthia Adams. You support me, and I appreciate you very much You always liking my pictures and my posts and stuff like that. And then you come on Real Talk, and I want to do a show with you and the NAACP also. You very sweet to me, and I appreciate you. So let's get into this, you all. We're gonna take about 30 minutes, 30 minutes to do this, and we'll be back on again next week. I'm gonna see if I can get Dondria on next week to come on with me and Bishop Millican, because you're looking at, number one, we're two preacher kids, PKs. We get along. We're part of two different organizations, but we serve the same God. You talking about we love our Warriors, we love our city of Oakland, and we fight for what's right. We fight for injustice, and we're not scared. We're not scared. One of the reasons why Amos Brown loved Marty Peters, he's like, man, I like you because you're not scared of white people and you ain't scared of nobody. You're not scared of nobody. You're not scared of nobody. So I pray to God that our endeavors, you all appreciate our endeavors. And that is, in Oakland, we have what you call rank choice voting. Look it up. We have what you call rank choice voting. Rank choice voting was, hold on, let me read this, you all. Let me read this. Rank choice voting, also known as instant runoff voting, allows voters to rank up to 5 candidates for a single office in order for preference. This system enables the election of local officials by majority vote without requiring a separate runoff election. Voters in Albany, Berkeley, Oakland, San Leandro will use ranked choice voting to elect most local officials. However, ranked choice voting does not apply to the election of county, state, or federal officials, nor does it affect the approval or rejection of ballot measures. All right. So on the marking your ranked choice voting ballot. Here, y'all, hear me clearly. This is from Oakland. This is from the city of Oakland. On the ballot, a ranked choice contest is displayed as a guide with candidates listed in the leftmost column, and ranked choices indicate across the top row. To cast your vote, start ranking your choices on the left side. Fill in one oval per column. Mark the first column for your first choice candidate. Mark the second column for your second choice candidate. Mark the third column for your third choice candidate, and so on. To vote for a qualified write-in candidate, write the name of the candidate in the space at the end of the candidate list and fill in the oval for the ranked choice. All right. So you all, we got to give you this information is because it is imperative that you know what you're doing when you go to vote, whether you go to a voting poll or rather you do it absentee ballot. You need to know, in order for your vote to count, you have to mark 3 candidates. It cannot be the same candidate, ranked choice 1, ranked choice 2, ranked choice 3. No, it has to be 3 different names in order for you to do ranked choice voting. You want to jump in, Bishop?
And this is my personal opinion. I think ranked choice voting is, and I said this in several circles, ranked choice voting is our modern day voter suppression. It's suppressing our votes. I don't like it. And so what we need to do is go ahead and vote right. vote correctly, or they'll throw your ballots out. And we know that during the last mayoral election, votes were thrown out. Lauren Taylor only lost by 600, and I think it was 77 votes or something around like that. He only lost by 670 some votes, and I think over 3,000 votes were thrown out because of rank, because they were not filled out. That's voter suppression. And we have to, we need to vote correctly this time. And then if we vote correctly, we can get this to be put pressure on our city council and our mayor. And we can put this as a ballot measure and get rid of this voter suppression. Because I believe that we need to get back to voting for one person at a time. But here's the thing. If we vote overwhelmingly, and this is what we need to do, and I've been telling everybody that I've come into contact with, from my congregants to everybody else that I know, that if we come together and we vote in numbers, then whoever we vote for or whoever we support, there will not be an instant runoff, because this person will overwhelmingly win on the first ballot. That's why we have to vote in numbers. We have to get our peoples to the poll and vote. And I said it last week, and I'll say it this week again. There are more African American churches in the city of Oakland than anything else. We can control the narrative on who's our next mayor, or so on and so forth. So that's why we need to come together and vote together. The problem with us as African American people is we have an organization problem. Everybody can be organized but us. And that's a problem. And so we need to get out and get the numbers to the polls and vote. We need to be voter registered, voter educated, and we need to be voter participated. Don't just register to vote and don't participate in the vote in the election, because that's what happened with the election for president. People stayed at home.
19 million people. 19 million.
And now we're sitting around having to boycott this and boycott that. But if we would have done what we should have done in the first place, we would not have had to do all of this stuff. We need to stop being reactive and start being more proactive. Let's stop acting like we don't have sense. And let's be a people that are voter registered, voter educated, and voter participated. We ought to vote in every election.
Yeah.
Because our vote is our voice.
Let me say this, and I'm piggybacking off of Bishop, and that is, from my understanding, it was like 637 votes, 677 votes that Lauren Taylor lost by. Now let me just say this, you all. Let me say this. And this is what's not out. I know Brenda is watching. Brenda, maybe you can put the number up. Bishop, this is what a lot of people have forgotten. During the recall for the DA and for the mayor, they threw several ballots out because of the same thing. People in the oval, what's it, the circle is called the oval? In the circle where you draw in the person, your vote, if you went too far outside of the circle, they cast your ballot off. They threw your ballot out. Brenda, I know Brenda Grisham is watching because she just said something over there, and they need to know that. And then Brenda Harbin Forte retired Judge Brenda Harbin Forte also told me that there were several ballots that were thrown out for the recall of the mayor because people were not voting right, and there's so it's suppression again. I almost was lost words. It's voter suppression again. That's what they're doing. They're nitpicking, and I'm sorry, y'all. I don't trust the people who back Chantal. She didn't do nothing for our city, and she could be going to jail for her acts in several things. They have her for several things. And I saw something the other day. I don't know how true it is, though. But the same people that have backed Chantal are the same people that are backing Barbara Lee. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not voting for Barbara Lee. Y'all can call her the queen. Y'all can call her whatever the hell y'all want to call her. Lauren Taylor is my vote. He's young. We need somebody young and energetic. Businesses are dying and have closed in Oakland. People are leaving out of Oakland by the busloads. We used to have a good percentage of African Americans in Oakland. That is not the same thing as it was in the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s. It's not the same thing. We have folk living everywhere, and they migrate in on Sundays for church. Half of the people that go to our church don't live in our communities and don't live in our city. And so I need somebody young and energetic. We need about 600 more police officers on the police force, you all. We need to do something about these abandoned and broken down buildings. We need to do something, you all, about all of the potholes in Oakland. We need to do something about keeping people here. We need to do something about this ranked choice voting. We need to do something, you all, about affordable housing. Who the hell can live in affordable housing? Who can live in affordable housing? $4,000, $2,700 for a 2-bedroom and a 1-bath in the hood. Y'all, that's crazy. We got to do something about that. We need somebody that can fight for the needs of Oakland. We need somebody that can fight for the needs of Oakland. And one of the ways we can do it is selecting a candidate and voting right. Bishop talked about voter education. This is educating the Oaklanders on how to vote. There's going to be these names on the ballot. You have to be educated. You have to know how to vote. And tonight and until April, we're going to be talking about that. Of course, we're going to talk about our citywide revival coming up and our guests and things of that nature. But y'all, before the citywide revival come, we got to put somebody in office. And it's going to be, they are the leading candidates, Lauren Taylor and Barbara Lee. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Everybody under them are not leading candidates. They're not the leading candidates. They've raised the most money and they have the most support. That is no joke. Lauren Taylor and Barbara Lee have raised the most money out of any other candidates running. And Bishop was at one of the mayoral forums, and he said the rest of them candidates don't know no elbow. They don't know their elbow from their toenails. I said that real nice. So we're voting. You have to vote. If you want to vote for Barbara Lee, you can vote for Barbara Lee. If you want to vote for Lauren Taylor, you can vote for Lauren Taylor. But you still got to vote for another person. You got to vote for 3 people. And you all, I am sick and doggone tired of the last 3 mayors of Oakland have only won due to ranked choice voting. They were not the popular vote. People did not vote for them because people did not go vote. And they did not vote correctly, and they were not educated on voting. That's how somebody that we didn't vote for came in office. Ain't no advance, ain't no BS right here, y'all. This is the honest God truth. That's how Jean Quan, Libby Schaaf, and St. Tao became mayor of Oakland. They were not the first choice voted. They were not the popular vote. They only won because enough people were not educated on ranked choice voting. Come on, Bishop, you can jump in.
See, that's why we need to be educated, and pastors, if pastors would educate their people, if we would become, here's the thing, we're pastors, and so all of us read the Bible, I hope. I hope. But then the Bible tells us that John the Baptist was a voice crying out
in the
wilderness. Oakland has become a wilderness, and we need voices to cry out in the wilderness. We must become the voice for the voiceless. And so our people look to us to become voices, to become their voice in the public, to become their voice in the wilderness. With that being said, we must get educated in order to bring the education back to them. But like I said, and I believe my philosophy, if we vote overwhelmingly the first time, it will throw the whole ranked choice. It will confuse the whole system, because now we voted in numbers, and I think and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, all the candidate need is 50% plus one. If that's the case, we have enough people to make that happen. The problem is, like you said, we stay at home. First of all, we're not educated. Secondly, we don't participate. And then we cry after we don't get what we want. It's scary to me that I went to that candidate forum, and some of you might have saw me on Cron 4, and our president, Cynthia Adams, we were interviewed after that, but they didn't put what I really said. It was a shame. Some of the candidates that were on the forum, it was a shame, but it's scary, because here's the thing. They can possibly be our next mayor,
right,
if we don't get out and vote. What point are we not getting? You can get somebody who's crazy and put them in office, and they throw the whole city in a uproar. One of the candidates was a lady who was a Donald Trump supporter, and she admitted that. So ranked choice voting can put her in office. And what would Oakland look like with Donald Trump coming in here?
Bishop Terrence Millican, I'm a little speechless right here, and I know you're not lying. I know you ain't no lying. You ain't no lying preacher, but this is ridiculous. This is rhetoric. This is stupid that we would have this type of person running for mayor, and it's okay. And she could possibly be the next mayor of Oakland if people don't turn out, in your words, in record numbers. If people don't turn out in record numbers, if people don't go vote, it could be so sad. I'm speechless, Bishop. I'm really speechless. I'm really speechless. And we need folk from Oakland on this on this call tonight. We need people from Oakland. We need people from Oakland that will go and vote. Well, where are they? Our numbers are low tonight. Where are the people? Where are the people? I know some people are saying, hey, George, I know some people are saying I'm voting for two people. Well, you gotta vote for two people. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about that. You gotta vote for two people. You gotta vote for two people. You gotta vote for three people. Let's be straight up honest. Some people said they're voting for Lauren Taylor and Barbara Lee. Okay, I get that. I hear you. At the end of the day, you're gonna vote for who you want to vote for, or you gonna stay at home. Either way it go, you gonna vote for who you want to vote for, or you're going to stay at home. So, but we need people to come out in record numbers. All over 100-some thousand people showed up for the recall for Alameda County for the DA. And then you all, here it is in Oakland, over I think 40,000 people showed up in Oakland to vote. We need those same people that showed up for the recall to show up for the vote. We need a mayor. We need somebody to start to run. We need somebody to run, y'all. We need somebody to run for these next 4-6 years. We need somebody to run. You got to come in office running, and it can't be a novice. It cannot be somebody that don't know what's going on. It should not be somebody that have never worked in public service before. It shouldn't be. This city is in turmoil, crime. A young lady got killed at Motel 6 over there, I think, on Embarcadero. Got shot in the head in the parking lot. Just night before last. Crime is not stopping in Oakland. And it's ridiculous. It's sad. But here are two bold preachers like me and Millican on here begging people from Oakland to go vote. Please vote. You're voting. Our ancestors lost their lives. They were drugged. They were thrown in ditches. They were drowned. They were shot and killed. They were murdered. They were raped on their way to go vote. And people won't even go vote now because we're so incompetent that most Negroes say, my vote ain't going to count no way. How do you know that? These clear people do whatever the hell they want to do is because enough of us won't stand up. Enough of us
They
won't.
know it. They know we're not going to vote. They know we're just going to complain, and we're going to be the first ones out there to protest, but we're the last ones out there to vote. That's
You'll go
insane.
protest, but you'll go protest, but you won't go to the voting poll. You ain't even got to go to the voting poll. Vote absentee ballots. You ain't got to leave your house. You don't have to leave your house. It is made, y'all, they didn't have absentee ballot years ago. They didn't have absentee. I don't know how old absentee ballot is, but it's not that old. People had to stand in lines. Then they started saying it's a federal crime for standing in line. If you pass out water or if you bring a lawn chair, old people had to stand in lines on canes and walkers and stuff like that. You couldn't, if it was in hot sun, scorching sun, you couldn't bring nobody water. If you did, you got arrested for bringing somebody water or having snacks. They try to make it so hard on Black people, and they do that so that we won't go vote. And they know that just any slight sign of trouble, we're not going to go vote. Bishop, I don't know how else we can say it in these next 10 minutes we got.
Here's the thing, and you were saying how to fill out your ballot. Tell the people it's just like a standardized test. You know, when we used to do the little standardized test,
yeah.
And the teacher would tell you to stay within the line.
Yeah.
Don't go outside of the line, or your answer would be wrong. It's the same thing. It's the same thing because the ballots are electronically tabulated. So They put them in the machine, and the machine doesn't count it because if you marked outside of the line, it's the same thing as a standardized test. So we know how to fill out a test. Fill your ballot out the same way you would fill out a standardized test. Come on, we haven't. I'm not that far removed from a standardized test.
Right.
We took standardized. I had teachers in college that used to say, "Hey, this is how I'm gonna do the test." You had your test paper, and then you had your answer sheet, and you had to fill it out just like that. That's how a ballot should be filled out, just like a standardized test.
Yeah.
If you can't fill it out, get your kid to fill it out. They do standardized tests still in school. That's all it is.
You gotta go to the store, buy a little thing for your test.
Yeah.
And go through the machine.
Scan what?
Scantron.
Scantron.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
The same thing. I mean, come on, it's not rocket science. That's how you fill it out. Stay within the little oval that they used to tell us, don't go outside of the line, because if you go outside of the line, your answer is wrong.
Right.
It's the same thing.
So we are aware that you have to vote for 3 people. It can't be the same person for all 3 ranks.
And that's the scary part. The 2 people, you say, okay, Barbara Lee, Lauren Taylor. Those 2, really smart people. The 3rd person to me is the scary part.
Because that's who could be the next mayor.
That's what I'm saying. So if we don't overwhelmingly vote for the first 2, you might get the 3rd person, and the 3rd person could be anybody. Could be any of the. I think there are 9. There were only 8 at the last mayoral forum. There were only 2 the other night. That was Lauren Taylor and Barbara Lee, because they were the highest fundraisers.
So, yeah.
So they were the only ones that were on the KTVU mayoral debate, but the one before it was 8, and I think there are 9 candidates from my understanding.
Okay.
So, and here again, there are 3, maybe 4 blacks to me, and we got to get that right. There's enough people where we can have, if we would come together as a people and put 1 person on the ballot, then overwhelmingly we can put that person into office. We should vote just like when President Barack Obama was elected. We voted overwhelmingly.
Yeah,
we voted overwhelmingly.
He won it early in the day. It was already won early in the day. Both times.
We voted overwhelmingly. We ought to be that excited about voting in our own city election. We handled our business during the recalls. I mean, we voted over. It wasn't even close for either recall. It was not close. That should be the same way we vote for the mayor. Same way. Same way. Just get out there and vote.
Yeah.
Because our city is in peril.
It's in peril. We're in crisis. It's going down in a handbasket. And who could help get us out of this? That's why I've been suggesting we need somebody younger and somebody stronger and somebody that is ready to run. But we also need somebody that's going to listen to the city, to the citizens. Because we had a mayor that didn't listen to nobody. Chantal didn't listen to nobody. She wouldn't sit down and talk to groups. she would start playing the race game and start playing the I'm fearful for my life and all this other nonsense. Ain't nobody about to bother you, but you gonna hear the truth.
Right.
Ain't nobody about to bother you. You gonna hear the truth.
So I'm reading one of these comments, and somebody just said you can be saved and vote. I told my members that last Sunday. You can be saved and vote.
Yes.
Voting ain't gonna make you a demon. You can be saved and still vote. Come on. We can't be so heavenly minded till we're no earthly good. Come on.
Bishop, this is why Kamala Harris is not in office right now, and why we about to go to a World War IV is simply because they didn't want a woman in office. They want now all y'all who said that Kamala Harris can't lead this country. She's more qualified, more educated, and has more sense and savvy and knowledgeable than Dumbo Trump. That is an incompetent man. He don't give a damn about nobody. They trying to cut Social Security out. In a minute, they're going to cut welfare out. In a minute, they're going to cut Medicare and Medicaid out. Then what? All y'all who didn't vote, y'all listen to that. Yeah, all y'all people who said that Kamala Harris, I don't care if I'm a part of the D9, that don't mean I'm voting for her. She's not black enough. She put black men in jail. No, your family members put their own self in jail. That's what they did. She had a job. So you mean to tell me if it was one of your family members, you wouldn't have put them, you would have rather lose your job than putting them in jail for the crime that they did? My mama taught me at an early age, son, if you do the crime, you're going to do the time. My mama told me, my brother, and my sister that if y'all niggas go to jail, y'all niggas go to jail, I'm not coming to see you. I'm not putting no money on your books. Don't call me, none of that, because you've been taught right and you know better, and I don't do jail ministry. Or your father don't do it. And so that scared us. That scared us, man. Please. That scared us enough. If enough people go vote. Black people, go vote. Latinos, go vote. White people, go vote. Others, go vote. Pacific Islander, go vote. Asians, go vote. Everybody, go vote. We need somebody strong in office, not because they used to serve in public office for 20 or 30 or 40 years. What did Ron Dellums do? What did Jerry Brown do? They're career political chasers. They didn't do nothing for the city. Jerry Brown did open up Oakland School for the Arts, and I got a child that goes there, and I have a child that graduated from there. Okay. We still confused about International Boulevard. That's East 14th. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all, we got to get out and vote, and you have to vote. Stay within the lines. You have to vote once, twice, 3 times. You have to vote for 3 people when it comes to running for mayor. You have to vote for 3 people. We're at tonight, we spent 40 minutes, 30 minutes attempting to inform you and educate you, and we hope we've engaged you to go out and vote. Bishop, come on, what's your final take tonight? And we're going home.
We can't fight for you if you don't have enough like my mother would say, enough gumption to go out and vote.
Yeah.
You know, you won't, pastors are not fighting for us. How can we fight for you and you won't even vote? You won't even fill out the ballot. Like Pastor Peter say, I vote, they send the ballot in the mail, I fill it out and send it right back in, put it right back in the mail. It's just as simple as that. Like you say, you don't even have to leave your house.
No. It's made so easy now, Bishop. It's made
Put it in
easy.
the mailbox. Come on.
And
We
Bishop, the
cannot
crazy
help
thing is,
you
Bishop,
if
the
you won't
crazy thing
fight for
is,
yourself.
you don't even have to go to the mailbox. You can leave it in your mailbox at home, and the mailman or the mail lady will take it away and take it back. You don't need to buy a stamp. You don't have to buy an envelope. It already comes. You don't have to put a stamp on it at all. It's already paid for by the tax-paying people of your city. So that's my closing word in these next 2 minutes, and that is you all. I tell people this probably daily. When you see that fool in the White House doing stupid stuff, aligning himself with Putin and firing all of these workers, and people are going to be without jobs, and this fool Elon Musk, listen, you all, blame it on the 19 million people that didn't go vote. Blame it on the 19 million people for where the world is going right now, because of 19 million people that voted in the election to put Joe Biden in there and block Donald Trump, and to put Kamala Harris in there. 19 million people that voted to put them in office did not vote to put Kamala Harris in office. And y'all talking about, let me say this, Bishop, and y'all, because you from Louisiana, right, Bishop?
No, I'm from Oakland. I went to
Oakland.
college in Louisiana.
You just went to school there. Let me say this. When y'all say Kamala Harris wasn't black enough, none of us are black enough. Every last one of us are mixed with something. On my grandmama's side, we had Indian. On my grandfather's side, we had Irish. Martin is an Irish name. My grandfather's grandfather was a white man. My grandfather lived to be 96 years old. He was high yellow with freckles from Mississippi. Martin is an Irish name. So how did we get the name Martin? You want to know how? Because ain't none of us black enough. Every last one of us have something in us that disqualifies us from being 100% black. So when you say Kamala Harris ain't black enough, hell, you ain't black enough. I don't care how dark you are. That don't mean you black enough, because all of us have something mixed in our genes, whether it's African, whether it's Irish, whether it's Indian, whether it's this, whether it's Congo, or whether it's Latino, whatever, all of us. Remember, our ancestors were raped and molested by all different forms of clear people. All. It is imperative that we go vote. Vote. Vote for Oakland to get better. Some of y'all talking about, oh no, see, I don't come to Oakland. No, see, I don't go to the east side. I don't go to the west side. Let's make it safe for everybody to go whatever side of Oakland they want to go on. Let's make it safe. Let's get the right person in office. If you live in Oakland, you gotta go vote. It is imperative that you vote. It is important that you vote. Please don't let the lives of our ancestors be in vain because you refuse to go vote. Now in a country where you can vote and won't have to worry about being lynched, by getting a water hole sicked on you, going to jail, being drugged up the streets, being kidnapped. You don't have that risk now. You can vote from home, as me and Bishop Millican are saying. You ain't even got to go to the voting polls. Vote at home. Stay in the circle. Stay in the lines. Vote for 3 people. Vote for your first choice. Vote for your second choice. Vote for your third choice. I don't even know who the only people I know 3 people running, but I mean, at the end of the day, if Lauren don't run, I guess I would rather see Barbara Lee in office than anybody else. So my first choice would be Lauren Taylor because I endorsed him publicly. I'm going public about it. And my second choice would be Barbara Lee. And my third choice is we got to find out anybody that knows something about Oakland so I can put them down for that third person. And I'll try to find out by next week who the third person is. But it's going to be hard because Bishop said that besides Lauren Taylor and Barbara Lee, the rest of them need to go somewhere and sit down. I guess we're signing off. Bishop, you finished?
Hey, just vote. Just go do what you
right.
Handle your business.
Right.
Handle if we can recall a mayor and a DA in the same election cycle, we can vote a mayor in. Just handle your business and go out and vote.
We need a strong candidate. Whoever that vote is, make sure they're strong. Because remember, Oakland is in trouble. Oakland is on a lifeline. They only got one left. What else could go wrong in Oakland? We cannot get the wrong person in office. So vote, you all. We'll see you next week when we talk about voting again. Peace out, y'all. Bishop, love you, man. Tell the truth about the Lord tomorrow, man.
Love you too. You do the same.
Yes, sir.